That's a wide body beat. That's a wide body beat. That's a wide body beat.
Panther Nation, what's good? Welcome back to Carolina's Armchair GM. I am your host, CJ. All right, everybody, y'all know I did not do the recap on Monday because your boy came down with something, and I had been feeling it all week long. You can probably hear it in my voice right now. Feeling better, but still got a bit of a cough and trying to get over whatever this is. I tested negative for everything on the planet, but yeah. But sorry I missed Victory Monday. Welcome to Victory slash Preview Saturday. All right, so hey man, thank you for all y'all to join me. I greatly appreciate you. Let me see. So week 8 here, we're going to play the Buffalo Bills at home in Bank of America Stadium. All right. And I got right here, are the Panthers legit? And and that's the question I'm asking today. Because a lot of people are saying y'all ain't beat nobody. Um, the Falcon game, according to our Falcons fans, was an anomaly. Okay, it was just one of those where, you know what, we just didn't. Everything went wrong for us that day. You'll never duplicate that again. So now we have the Buffalo Bills coming into town. Okay. Considered one of the best teams in the NFL, and one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. All right. So if the Panthers can go out here today and take care of business, does that make the Panthers legit? All right. Then let's get into it. But first off, before I get started, as always here, I want to say thank you to all of the front office members. All right. I appreciate all the love and support. And as always, whether or not you signed up for a membership, you re up your membership, or you were gifted a membership, okay, I thank you for the love and support. And big thank you to everybody out there who has gifted me a membership. Okay. I appreciate all the love and support as always. All right. Now, you know what? And usually I do my little thing when I'm introducing my big cuz here, but you know what? I ain't got it in me today. So here is your favorite couch scout extraordinaire, brother Tony. What's going on, cuz?
Man, hey, ain't nothing. You know what it is. You trying to be
Boy,
slicker than the curve right now.
man, hey, look, you know I ain't feeling good when I don't feel like cracking no damn jokes.
I know. Hey, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for my
I,
my grand entrance.
Man, boy, look, as soon as I feel better next time, I'm gonna have something with music, and I'm gonna turn voice mod on and see if I can't record something. Have the audio and what's
Nah,
the
nah.
thing?
Okay, let's do it. Okay, we doing too much now. Let's
You
stop the
you
bullshit.
you you ain't
Let's.
doing nothing. This all on me.
Oh man.
How you feeling? And you know what? And since and real quick, since I didn't do a recap last week, let's get a slight one going real fast. How do you feel
Okay.
about last week's win versus the Jets?
I thought it was a defensive showdown. I don't know how the game didn't go necessarily how I thought it was going to go offensively for us. I thought that Dave Canales played a little bit more conservative this past Sunday
Mm,
um, than we have been the past 3 or 4 games. But it was a defensive battle. I don't know if people remember, but the week prior to last week when the Jets played Denver. Denver one of the top teams in the NFL, and the score was 13-11. So
mm.
as bad as the Jets offense is, what I'm saying, they defense is pretty damn good. I knew we was gonna have problems trying to run up the middle, whether it was an inside zone or gap schemes or whatever. But when we start hitting the off tackle, offside with the stretch zone, things like that. We got better production in the running game. It helped that we didn't commit no turnovers, but we created turnovers. Okay, we
Mhm.
got the sacks that we were looking for. You
Boy.
know, for me prior to that game, I was like, if we can get like 2 or 3 sacks, one turnover. I didn't know if it was going to be a fumble or interception. I thought we
Mhm.
would be in good company if we don't turn the ball over. Well, hell, we
Yeah.
got 6 sacks, 2 interceptions, and didn't turn the ball over. The outcome.
Mhm.
So
Double
there, yeah,
down.
yeah, it was a defensive showdown, and what I wanted to see was how would our defense respond? Will our defense travel? Because in the NFL, you want to know that your defense can go and can travel and play in any type of weather, whatever the circumstances may be away from home. They can win
Mm.
away from home as well as uh they win at home. So yeah, that was my conclusion about that game. How about you?
The same basically. I was humbly surprised. Mind you, I thought the run game was going to be a little more explosive. Even with them splitting carries, but 100
Yeah.
yards on the ground. I don't give a damn if it was 15 people out there that got 100 yards. You take 100 yards if you get 100 yards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
um, I think Bryce had a contrary to a lot of belief, especially within our own fan base. I think Bryce had a decent game. You know what I mean? And like I posted on X after the game, with my Chad Ocho Cinco picture, I added he say keep pounding, bitch. I add that on. I've been waiting to use that one. Been waiting, waiting, waiting. But like I posted on X, you gotta win the ugly games too. You know what I mean? And it's funny because now, well, I'll get into that in a little bit. But but yeah, and the defense played good. Now mind you, you could see the difference in the Jets offense when Tyrod Taylor was in there versus Justin Fields. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Yeah.
Justin Fields, the Panthers made him uncomfortable. I mean, hell, he looked uncomfortable from the jump, even when he wasn't getting any pressure, at all. Tyrod Taylor come in there, changed it up a little bit. Tyrod Taylor started letting that thing go. You know what I mean? He was just like, "F it, I'm just gonna launch the shit down the field and
Let
see
let
what
it
happens."
fly.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
he
pretty
he just he let
much.
her rip. You know what I mean? And luckily, we got one of the best in the game back then, Mr. Horn. And picked off two of them. And then I see a lot of
Yeah.
people, and they were like, oh well, that wasn't a great play. He got burnt. It was a bad throw, and I'm just like, people, like, okay,
It
bad
wasn't a
bad,
bad
bad
throw. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
I mean,
ahead. Go
it
ahead.
could it could he could have threw it out a little ahead of him. He might have threw it out of bounds if he did that. By where that ball landed at. You know what I mean? But my thing is this. Yes, he did get beat, and old buddy got behind him. But my thing is, he came back, and made the play, and then made another play. You know what I mean? So,
Well, that exact play, just to be specific for people who feel like Jason Horn got beat. He didn't get beat. He had
mm,
man under technique because he had safety over the top. So it wasn't that he got beat. He know he had safety help over the top. I don't care what Tyrod Taylor did with the ball, whether it was underthrown, behind the receiver, over the head of the receiver. The fact is
mm-hmm,
that JC was right where he needed to be, and Tyrod
facts.
Taylor, his job was to get the ball over JC and get the job over JC, but in front of Nick Scott. because
Mhm.
even if JC wasn't intercepting the ball, Nick Scott would have broke the ball up.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Mhm. And you know what? And good job to Nick Scott for not just running slam into JC Horn, and JC
hmm
wouldn't have picked the ball off. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it worked out.
In that situation too, though, even if JC didn't get the interception, didn't get his hand the ball, I would love to have seen Nick Scott play the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I would love to see him
Yeah.
play the ball. So, because when he ran into Josh Reynolds, his back was kind of like to the ball a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Um,
got you.
yeah, but that's basically what it was. A man under cover because you got a tight end. I mean, not tight end. You got a safety over the top. So Tyrod
Mhm.
Taylor's job was to get the ball in between those two, and luckily he didn't.
I got you. I got you. All right, and I
Yeah.
apologize, y'all. I'm over here looking at this, that, and the third. All right, but cool. Well, let's go ahead and move on, cuz. Okay, and real quick, y'all, real quick for those of you that are watching, if you didn't see my post on X or excuse me, on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, I do have 2 tickets to tomorrow's game against the Bills, okay? All right. So, for those of you who are members of the co-GM tier, that would be Panther Dog, the Prowling Veteran Podcast, that's good buddy Nick, and Torres, okay? Y'all are already automatically entered into the drawing today, okay? Now, if you want to be entered in for just the drawing today, same as last time, send $10 to the Cash App. Okay, Cash App a little different today. It's right there on the screen. It's Cash App symbol Midway JB. Okay, Midway JB. I'm having issues with my other one. So if you want a chance to enter for the tickets for tomorrow's game at the end of this live, all right, just send $10 to Midway JB. Okay, and you'll be automatically entered for this drawing today for the game tomorrow. All right. And again, I apologize if I sound like I'm over here gurgling or whatnot. But like I said, your boy was feeling bad all week, and this is probably the most I've talked at one time this entire week. So yeah, so cuz I'm glad you up here because I ain't gonna lie, I'm struggling right now. All right, okay, so let me go ahead and get into some comments here. All right, let me see. It said we're gonna shake a little honey from the honey tree Sunday. T. Thompson says, "Let's get it." What's going on, T. Thompson? SC Panthers boy, what's up, man? How you doing? Making true money. Yo, yo, yo. What's going on with you, man? How you doing?
What up, MTM?
Big Mo, what's going on, man? How you doing, man? You said, "What's up, fellas?" Panther boy said, "I hate we got two picks and did absolutely nothing with them." Andy in the game, I think Dave didn't want to show the Jets up. Man, let me say, I think Dave just wanted to get out there with a win. Forget all that. But I feel you though.
Yeah.
I feel you. Roadmaster, what's going on with you? How you doing? Yeah, I got you, Panther boy. I got you. I got you. All right, cool beans. Cool beans. Let's go ahead and get into it here. I know I always say this, but I mean it today. I'm not gonna keep y'all long today because yeah, I don't know how much longer I can talk like this. Because I ain't gonna lie, this is really aggravating. All right. Fantasy football. Okay. So um House Nicholas still on top at 6-1. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if I play him again this week or not, but I gotta look. But whoever plays, I hope they beat him. Okay. You got House Nicholas at 6-1. I'm right behind him for the 910 at 5-2. Pound Town Power Rangers are 4-3. Panthers Dog Stompers, Low Country, FPFO Dylan, Famous, One of One, and BBL Giver are all 3-4. And then you have the Bryce's Right in last at 2-5. And again, thank you to everybody who signed up for the Fantasy Football League. I greatly appreciate all the love and support. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so the big news from last week's game and this week, Bryce Young. Okay, and I got doubtful right here up on the injury report, but he's not playing at all. Okay, Andy Dalton is going to start,
Right.
and of course you got Pat Jones, who's out for the season with his back. He had to have back surgery. Okay. All right, so Tony, let me ask you this. What do you think Bryce Young being out, what kind of effect it has on the offense, if any? Because I know, and I hate to say this, but there are a lot of people out there who are so happy he's not playing, and
Of course.
so happy he's hurt. You know what I mean? But what you think,
Yeah.
cuz?
Listen, I'm not gonna wish well on the quarterback of my favorite team, team that I'm passionate about, so but I think with Andy Dalton, having Andy Dalton being the veteran backup, I don't believe that Dave Canales is really gonna miss a beat or miss a step as far as, the amount of plays or how open the playbook will be to his disposal. Now, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think Andy can do everything that Bryce done. Like he can't extend plays and take off run or buy a little bit more time like Bryce Young can. But I do believe um well I can't even say this because I don't think Andy can throw the ball like he once could. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
still think he'll be serviceable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a game where Carolina just needs to continue doing what has gotten them this 3-game winning streak so far, and that's lean on the running game and the defense. Andy is going to sit back there and play point guard, you know, and just distribute the ball, run the plays, don't throw no interceptions, don't commit any turnovers, and let the running backs and offensive line and everybody, everybody else around him do what they are supposed to do, and the defense to do what they supposed to do. And I think we'll be all
Mm-hmm.
right.
Okay. All right. You know what? And let me ask you this. Excuse me, y'all. Let me ask you this, cuz. All right. So, a lot of the issues I've heard about our team and especially Bryce is that when we win, he's not out there throwing for 270, 80, 300 yards. Okay. So if Andy Dalton goes out there, right? If Andy Dalton
Hmm.
goes out there and Andy Dalton throws for 230 yards and has two touchdowns or maybe three, and we win, you get what I'm saying? Like, are we going to see the same ridicule, for Andy? And I'm just talking about in the games that we win. Okay, I ain't talking about the games that we lost because
I don't
we
I
lost.
don't think so because people don't hate Andy like they hate Bryce. I mean,
This is
it
true.
comes when it comes to Bryce, is he flawed and does he make mistakes? Absolutely.
Hmm.
Nobody is sitting here denying that. But the treatment of the two, it's not comparable. We're not comparing apples to apples because people hate Bryce no matter what. He can go out there and throw for 400 yards next week against the Packers, and we could win by 2 touchdowns in Green Bay, and they would still find something to complain about. So I don't even get into those conversations no more. I don't even entertain them. I just sit back and I just wait for people to talk about something else because at this point in time, however you feel about them, that's just how people feel about it. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I just choose not to entertain it no more.
I feel you. I feel you. Hey, Roadmaster makes a good point here. He says if Andy throws for over 200, it means we were behind.
I
Okay,
won't say
and
that. I won't say that.
yeah. Well, I get where you're coming from because you want to lean on that ground game. Okay. So if we can just say we can get another 180 to 200 yard performance out of Chuba slash Rico slash Chuba, whoever however
Hmm.
it pans out. You know what I mean? And it's another game where just say Andy doesn't have to do a whole lot. I kind of I kind of get where you're coming from with that one,
I
but
get what you're saying, but that doesn't it doesn't mean it doesn't equate to that we're behind. You know what I'm saying? Because you think about it,
yeah,
200 yards is not a lot of yards. That's 50 yards per quarter. I
mm,
mean, that's about basic what Bryce is averaging right now. I mean, you look at the last two games, Bryce has thrown for 199 and 198.
mm,
Basically
okay,
200 yards. I mean, if the running game is as successful as it has been and like we want it to be Sunday, and
mm,
they dropping a man in the box, down they crowd the box with 7 or 8 men in the box. Now you get an opportunity to go over top. Well, if you can hit 30, 40 yard pass plays over the top 4 or 5 times out the game, that's going to give you 200 yards. I don't necessarily mean you're behind.
hey, let me tell you, if Andy Dalton throws a 15-yard pass and they take it and run it for 60 yards, let me tell you, they're gonna lose their mind. They're gonna be like, "Oh, see, this is what we need."
But you know what? I'm glad you said that because, but I was on Black Cat. I think it was last night or the night before last. I can't remember exactly.
Mm,
But yeah, we had a good conversation and stuff over there. And before I chimed in, they was already talking about Bryce and threw for so many. You know how they do it, talking about Bryce. And I was like, he can't throw this down the field. He ain't got no big plays. And I'm sitting there like, y'all don't remember the big play that he threw to Jalen Coker against the Cowboys when Jalen Coker took it almost 80 yards?
yeah.
That was like a 45, 50 yard pass in the air,
Mm,
in stride. And Jalen Coker beat Wilson, the safety, to the end zone.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it yeah.
Hey, shout out to Big Q and all the guys over there at Black Cat, man. Let me tell you what I say. It is a time over there every day. And I'm tell you, you definitely gonna be entertained. But shout out to Q, Go. Let me see who else over there. Q, Go,
Wiley was over
And
the N10.
Wiley. Man, let me tell you, boy, Wiley be up bright and early at 6 o'clock every morning on that talk. Shout out to him. Logic, D'Angelo, MDJ, all the guys over there, man. Hey, and what's
Yeah.
going on, Will? How you doing, man? Appreciate the $5
What's
super
up,
chat.
Tip Drill Will?
He said, "What's up, fellas? Keep pounding." Hey, yeah, man. It's all good. They battling the damn whatever this is. Cold. I like I said, I tested negative for everything. So I don't know what it is. Why I sound like this morning. Excuse me. But man, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate you. Austin, what's going on with you, man? He said, what's up, CJ and Tony? Just getting in from the gym, watching college game day, checking in. All right, what's going on with you, big dog? Appreciate you. Appreciate
Yeah.
you. All right. So, but the one thing I will say, as far as looking at this injury report here, you know, it's not a lot of people on this list. Okay. So that means that Damian Lewis will be back this week. Thank God. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, this team is pretty healthy. Not knock
Yeah.
on wood. I don't want to jinx it or nothing. But all right, but let's move on from the injury
But
report.
hold on.
Oh,
Before we
oh,
move on, I got one question for you. I got one
all right,
question
what's
for
up?
you. Now that Andy Dalton is presumably the starter, we pretty much know that Andy Dalton is going to start, right?
Hmm.
Hendon Hooker is going to be the backup. What if something, God forbid, but what if something happens to Andy Dalton and he don't make it through that game? How much confidence do you have in Hendon Hooker coming in there and being productive?
However much confidence that Dave and Dan had in them when they signed them. You
Now,
know what I mean?
does
We
but
haven't
but
seen
but
anything from Hendon. No
yeah,
practice footage, no
but
nothing.
right? But based off, okay, I'm not even go there. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to sound like I'm moving the goalposts. Yeah. Oh,
Somebody
just,
said, "Don't say that." He said, "Don't
hey,
say
I'm just
that."
I'm just saying because I have heard on these other podcasts, people clamoring for Hendon Hooker. We glad we got Hendon Hooker and coming up with all these conspiracy theorists ass stories as to why he left Detroit and why he in
Mm,
Carolina, this and that. And everybody want to talk about what he did at Tennessee. And I'm like, dog, that's at Tennessee. This dude been in the league 3 years now. He wasn't even
I
the
feel you.
backup in Detroit.
Yeah.
So I was just curious. I was just curious because they feel like Henry Hooker could come in and take somebody's job and do all these great things, and I don't see it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I put it like this. Um, we've seen him back at Tennessee in college. Okay. Seen a little bit of him in Detroit. I mean, like a very little bit. Like I said, don't really see much of anything from him in practice as far, from the media outlets that have access to practice. I
Hmm.
think and it's crazy thing you said that because I did put a picture of Andy Dalton and Hendon Hooker from practice this week on the thumbnail, and I put, next man up. But
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, like I said, me personally, I don't know. Like that's why I said I guess I'm just gonna have to roll with whatever confidence that I assume that Dave and Dan have in him, is the reason why they brought him here. So
Just,
I
just
don't know.
just say let us pray. Let
Yeah,
us
for
pray.
real, for real. And let me tell you, when I say this, I say that for all of them. Okay, when Bryce is in the game, Andy's in the game, it don't matter.
Yeah,
Let me tell you, I start off every game. I be like, Lord, bless my Panthers, bless every last one of them, all of them. So but yeah, I feel you though. I feel you. Romance said Hooker ain't been here long enough to know the offense. Um,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
Hooker has been here for what about a month maybe? He's been here over a
He
month
don't
if I'm not mistaken.
he don't he don't know 10% of this offense. Hendon Hooker is third string. He is running scout team. He is not getting any
Ah,
reps in
true.
practice throughout the week with the ones, twos.
Mm,
No, nobody. So you think about it during the season,
mm,
your QB1 gets all the reps, all of them. If you listen to Andy Dalton, he was talking the other day when I think it was pretty much confirmed that he was going to be the starter. Andy Dalton has said that, he's been running the scout team. So if Andy Dalton's been running the scout team, what y'all think Henry Hooker been doing?
drinking Gatorade and making up handshakes.
Thank you. So if for whatever reason, God forbid, he gets in the game, you're gonna see that playbook shrink to about 5%, and it's gonna be all running.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, I feel you. But we'll see. We'll see. God forbid that does happen. But my thing is, if he does get out there, I mean, if the run game ain't clicking like I think it will be, but if it ain't, I mean, shoot, he gonna have to throw something down the field. He gonna have to have learned a few of them passing plays in practice this week. So we'll see. We'll see. Shout out to Mr. Hunky Dory. What's going on with you, man? He said we're going to have a hooker on our sideline. Let's see who heads to the blue tent during commercial break.
Oh,
Ah.
I was trying not to laugh.
God, don't
I
make me
swear I
laugh, Mr.
was.
Hunky Dory. Please don't make me laugh. I can't take it this morning. I'm gonna be coughing for the next hour straight. Oh my God, yo, that's hilarious. How you doing today, Mr. Hunky Dory, man? How you feeling? Oh God, yo, that's hilarious. All right. So let's and real quick, okay, real quick. For those of you who might not have heard it earlier, all right, I got 2 tickets for tomorrow's game. Okay. I got 2 tickets for tomorrow's game, and same as last time for the Dolphins game. All right. If you want to join the co-armchair GM tier of the YouTube membership on this channel, you can do that. Or if you want to just send $10 to the Cash App is right there. It's at Midway JB. Okay, at Midway JB. All right. So if you want to just be in it for the day, at Midway JB, if you join the Coach Armchair GM tier, and re-up for next month, you'll be automatically entered into the giveaway for next month as well. Okay. So, all right. Make sure I say that real quick before we get in this. I apologize, y'all. Like I said, I'm feeling better, but yeah, this talking is a lot today. All right, so what to expect from the Bills defense? All right, so total defense, they are 15th. Pass defense, they are ranked second. All right, run defense, 31st. 31st in run defense. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, we have played in the last few weeks two of the worst run defenses in the NFL in Dallas and Miami. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, last week I think the Jets run defense was way higher than that. You know, we were still able to to get 100 yards on the ground, you know, between Chuba
Yeah, I
and
think it was like 140 yards,
yeah,
145 yards.
between Chuba and Rico. Okay. So mind you,
Hmm.
hopefully the plan is the same as the Miami game and the Dallas game, and at home as well. If we can get one of them going and and get the run game going, it'll be less pressure on Andy, and he'll have opportunities there and to make plays, and hopefully he can make them. All right. Scoring defense, they are 17th. Red zone, they are ninth. Third down, they are 21st. All right. Cuz do you see anything that stands out to you about these numbers?
Well, yeah, that run defense, just like we have been doing the past 4 or 5 games, run the ball. You know, even last week when we played the Jets, and we know how stout the Jets defense was up the middle, we still committed to the run. We still
Mm-hmm.
commit to the run no matter what. So what that showed me is that we're going to play our brand of football. We're going to force our will on the opposing team. We're going to dictate what we're going to do based off of our game plan, not theirs. And they're going to have to do whatever they need to do to um to stop it. So yeah, take advantage of this, having this 31st ranked run defense offensively for us, and which I believe we will, because that is the strength of our offense, is running the ball. So yeah, I like that matchup.
Okay, bet. And I agree. And before we get in that, hey, what's up, Red Swarm? Thank you for the $10 super chat. He said, "Good morning, third cousins.
Blue
Panthers emerged
crab.
from your first 6 games with a better record than I projected. You now enter the tougher portion of your schedule. Time to see who the kittens really are." I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. That statement is a fact. That statement is a fact. We are entering the quote unquote, meat of the schedule. And we'll see. And like I said, that's why I put on the background in the other when I started, I'm sorry. Are the Panthers legit? If we go out here and
Hmm.
get a win, versus Buffalo, what does that say for us? I mean, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it just because it's Red Swarm. The Falcons beat them. You know what I mean? So
Don't get him
Hey,
started.
hey, let me tell you. Let me
don't,
tell you.
don't
If
get
like I
him
said, if I
started.
wasn't talking like this, I dropped the link and that. But let me tell you, when I say I'm retiring the name Blue Claw forever, all right, Red Swarm, you will officially from here on out be known as Two Chains. I heard the Two Chains song the other day, and the first person I said, "Damn, that sounds just like Red Swarm." Hey, so I ain't gonna call you Blue Swarm no more. I'm gonna call. Yeah, I can't. I'm gonna have to call you Three Chains. I mean, I'll
Three
call you Three
chains.
Chains. One for the Panthers, one for the Falcons, and then one is just in case. Just in case both of us end up not doing nothing. We'll call you Three
Right,
Chains.
right.
Hey, but appreciate the super chat, Red man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Romance said, "What up, Blue Swarm?" Excuse me. Hold
What?
on. It's
2 chains, 4 bracelets.
Hey, you know what? I can rock with that. I can rock with that. 2 Chainz, 4 braces. That red
Oh
rifle to the
God.
rescue. Keep pounding CJ and Elmer for respect. What's up, Rock Jones? Damn, he called you Elmer for.
Man, fuck Rock. Respect respectfully. Nah.
Respectfully. Romance said Falcons ain't a tough part of our schedule. Ooh. Red said, Tony, no, we talked about this.
Yeah, we had good conversation over there on Black Cat. We had good conversation.
Uh-huh. That 2 Chain for what's up, Papa? He said call them 2 teams.
What is
That
that?
is
Oh,
hilarious.
two
He said,
T.
call them 2 teams." I'm serious, man. I am serious. I am serious. I'm going to see if I can find or as soon as I download the software and get good at it. The missus is going to show me how to use her
Two
3D printer.
teams.
Let me tell you,
I was
I'm gonna make red a half Panthers, half Falcons, a medallion, have red and no red and blue chain links on it.
red
And
blue chain. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
uh-huh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. We I said them something. 2 teams. I said 3 chains.
Oh God, that was
Oh,
funny.
look,
Two
blood
teams.
pressure, Bo. You talking about what's the man name? Oh God, it was big low country. When he told me, I said, "What the hell, Bo?"
Oh.
Yo, I can't lie. I can't lie. Let me say, I can watch Big Low Country, man. He be having me laughing like crazy. Everything he was like, "What the hell, Bo?"
Right,
Oh
right.
man, yo. Okay. But yeah, so for me in this defense, I do believe that Andy, in our passing game, I do believe that Dave can go out there and call up enough plays, the right plays for, our passing attack to be you know, I would say formidable in this game, even though they have the second ranked pass defense. But if we do get their run
Right.
defense going, and like Tony said, you drop some of them linebackers, get close in the box, safeties drop down, there will be some opportunities to go over the top. Okay. Um,
Hmm.
the one thing that this Buffalo defense, they've given up quite a few points. Even the first game of the
Yeah.
season. I mean, hell, they had a whole shootout with Baltimore. And would have lost that game if it hadn't have been for Derrick Henry fumbling late in the game. So there
Yeah.
are some opportunities there. And excuse me. And one thing I would say is this. I don't know what extent that Dane Jackson plays in their rotation, but I hope he's out there starting for somebody. Because
But
if that's if that's the case. Go ahead,
yeah.
Tone.
You remember not last year, the year before last, um when we had like the 28th or 29th ranked defense as far as stopping the run, but we was like number 7 and 8 in pass, and
Mm-hmm.
people were like, oh, praising the fact that we had a number 5 and number 7 ranked pass defense, and we were trying to tell them, yeah, your pass defense looks that good because your run defense is that bad. Well, that's the same thing with Buffalo. They run defense. I saw that. Yeah, yeah, I saw
Oh,
that. Yeah,
oh.
they run defense is 31st.
Mm,
I mean, they pass defense is second, but they run defense is 31st. No need to pass when they can run all day on you.
true.
Same, because we witnessed that. It happened to us last year.
Yeah.
Last year and the year before last.
And we kept telling everybody that other year we were like, yo, because we were the number 4 ranked total defense. But the thing was, and mind you, we were garbage juice trash on offense. Okay. So we weren't
Hmm.
moving the ball down the field. We were giving up hella good field position to the opponents. Okay. And the opponents were running like crazy on us. But the thing was, they weren't having that far to go. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the fact that, that defense would actually get a few stops, way more than the defense did last year. But the fact of the matter was, it was crazy. Like our run defense was still terrible, You know, mind you, we weren't. We might have been not dead last in rush defense that year, but we were down there in the bottom. But the crazy thing was, we were real high in pass, just like shit, just like Buffalo this year. You know, but we didn't have the offense to kind of complement this. You know, as Buffalo does. You know what I mean? But yeah, we went through that
Right.
for that whole season, and we kept telling everybody. Everybody's like, nah, no, no, no. We got the fourth ranked defense, and you can't do this. And then we were like, yeah, but you know, it's two parts to that. But yeah, but
Yeah.
another Quaalude, she love me
Listen,
again.
if 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 Nella can make that chain,
Hey,
that Falcons chain and Panthers color, oh my God.
let me
I need
tell
a
you,
selfie. I need
I'm
a
getting
selfie.
on. Hey, I'm getting on Amazon as soon as I get off this live and order her some filament because I know she is out of blue because she kind of did this for me, made some new chains, on the emblem
hmm
here. So I got to get her some blue and
Okay.
black because I got this one. I got the blue links and then it's black and gray on the other links as well. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna get on Amazon and order her some filament as soon as it get off this live. Red, let me
Oh
tell
my
you,
God.
you better go ahead and send me an email with your address. If you don't send it to me, I'm gonna
And
find it.
hey,
Trust me.
and
Trust me.
and,
That
and
woman on the
red,
other side of this wall will locate you, Red. She will locate you.
red. But hold up. Here's the thing. I'm willing to bet, red. I want to make a wager on the Panthers Falcons game for that game. And if I win,
Oh,
Red Swarm got to wear that. He got to come on live, turn his camera on, and wear that that Carolina Falcons chain. Yeah, yeah,
wow.
he,
That would be good. That
yeah.
that that would be good. Look, he said, don't look at that, CJ. I said, don't you look like that, man. I said that was hilarious. He
Yeah,
said,
he
stop
gonna have
that
to wear that
install.
That Carolina Panthers chain.
Boy. Hey, shout out to Will, man, for the father out super chat. He said that's why Blue Velvet is my dog. So I've been saying this all week. Yo. Hey, he said
Oh
y'all
man.
y'all dead ass wrong. Hey, we'll get up with that later, Red. We'll talk about that later. That
Yeah.
would be that would be a good wager right there. That would be that would be a hell of a bet. We'll talk about that later, Red.
Yeah.
Excuse me, y'all. All right, so the Bills defense, okay. Um, total defense, they ranked 15th, second against the pass, 31st against the run. All right, like me and Tony both said, there are opportunities against this defense. Okay, the Panthers need to go out there, execute
Mhm.
their game plan just like they've been doing, and I think we have a more legit chance than what a lot of people are giving us. Okay, because this has gone back to before the Jets game where everybody is picking the Bills. I mean, everybody. I think one
Mhm.
person may have picked the Panthers. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the offense. All right. All right. So the Bills offense, total offense in rank number 4, passing 11th versus the run, they're number 1, scoring 4th,
Mhm.
red zone 13th, third down 11th. Okay. And I will say this too. Now a few weeks ago, I looked at the Dallas game, and the Dallas offense was very similar to this at that time. They were ranked top 10 in every single one of these categories here, every single one.
Right.
Okay, now mind you, the Panthers went out there, all right, and basically shut down half of the Dallas offense. All right. They couldn't do anything in the run game. They had a total of like 31 yards in that game. All right.
Right.
And I
Russian.
know it's
Yeah.
still, yeah, rushing. I'm sorry, rushing. And I know it still happened, but George Pickens was damn near their entire passing offense with 168 yards and a touchdown. Okay.
Mhm.
He shout out to George Pickens. George Pickens made plays and he made big plays in that game. Okay. But looking at this and looking at what we have done previously this season, okay, mind you, at the time Dallas offense was I think was the number one or number two ranked offense in the league. We won that game. All right. I
Right.
don't know what the Falcons offense was ranked when we played them that game because I hadn't started doing this yet. I don't believe, but right now, what they got the number two or top five,
They got the
offense in.
number they got the number two rushing offense and the top defense.
Okay,
Yeah, I
all
think
right.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but at one point, if I'm not mistaken, Red, if you still in there, I know y'all had the number one defense, and I think y'all had the number two offense in the league. Before last week, after the Bills game, but before the
Total? I don't
yeah,
think they had
total.
total? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
total. Yeah, because let me tell you what they was flaunting that all over on Twitter. I mean, I ain't mad at them for it. Shit, I would be too. They had the number one ranked total defense and the number two ranked total offense. Okay.
Right.
So so yeah, and I say that to say and not to sound, like not to sound like, I got my chest stuck out or anything, but we have seen good offenses before this season, and we have been able to compete. Okay. I'm not going, we have dominated them as far as the run game. Okay. More so Dallas and oh goodness. Dallas, Atlanta. Well, yeah, well, we've been dominant in the run pretty much the whole season, besides the first game. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
now I
Yeah.
say all that. I say all that to say, it's a different time from last year. We look at this last year and we be like, yeah, we about to get 40 hung up on us like that real quick. Now I look at
Hmm.
the Buffalo's offense, okay, and my thing is, you got James Cook, you got Josh Allen, all right. But my thing is, I think that our defense can still go out there and compete with this offense and not let them run up and down the field on us. Okay. Now, mind you, just like last week when I was talking about keeping Justin Fields in the pocket, we're gonna have to do the same thing with Josh Allen as well. Okay, because he can scramble with the
Exactly.
best of them. You know what I mean? He can scramble with the best of them. And James Cook is a shifty little back. James Cook got to be about 4 foot 7 inches tall. He might run up under his offensive lineman legs and and scoot out the other side. And I don't mean
Nah,
that
he
literally,
don't
but
don't do James Cook
he
like that.
nah,
He like
I don't
five
know.
eleven.
I
He
know,
no
He
yeah, he like five.
yeah,
But
I know.
he
But
runs with good contact balance, and he
hmm
got he's tougher than what he looks, and he got great speed. But we face a player like this, Bijan Robinson. I think Bijan Robinson is a better running back than James Cook. Okay, um, this to me this is the matchup. Buffalo's offense against our defense. I think that's going to be where the battle is won and leads to the outcome of the game. In my opinion, is what can we make Buffalo one dimensional, meaning stop the run and force them to beat us with the pass. You know, um, Even though their pass is ranked 11th in the league right now, you know, I I think our secondary is still coming around, but I think they're playing a little bit better now than what they were the first couple games of the season. So, but yeah, when you start to let Josh Allen extend plays with his arm or his leg, that's when you're looking to be in a world of trouble. So stop the run, contain him. We've been doing a good job of that all year, keeping these dual threat running quarterbacks in the pocket, not letting them get outside, maintaining the rush lanes, keeping outside contained. Um, we ain't gonna be on y'all. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, since you mentioned
uh,
mustard twenty. What you talking
yeah,
about?
I don't know.
Oh, but yeah, I think we do a whole lot better job of containing the outside, and maintaining our rush lanes, this year, and it helps that we have someone like Trayvon Moore down in the box, who's a heat-seeking missile. That you just don't know what his role is on the defense. Just know that he's out there. When you see number 7, he about that business. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Facts. I got you.
Yeah.
Hey, and real
And we
quick,
play
shout out.
and we playing at and we playing at home. So, we have
True.
the home field, the home crowd advantage.
Man, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to bring me something. I wonder, you know those little hand clapping things, the ones you do like this and then I'm gonna have to bring something, I'm gonna have to
Where them
kick my seat
fans at?
or yeah,
Where them fans?
don't boy, I almost called you something. Don't you sing that shit on my podcast. Don't you sing that shit. I can't stand that damn
Whoa,
song.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wow. Yo, I'm gonna have to do something. Because I can't yell tomorrow, man. I swear I can't. I can't be out there yelling tomorrow. I'm gonna have to bring something, something to make some noise or be like everybody else, get up. And it's funny because I would sit there and when plays be going on and I'm like, okay, let me sit down. But then you get 20 people jump up in front of you, and me, I'm sitting there like, well, crap. I hope these people behind me can't see. I turn around, all them standing up too. I'm like, okay, so never mind. But yeah, I'm or Master, you going, yeah, man. Let me tell you, I'm gonna come home tomorrow. Be like, tell you, I ain't gonna. But yeah, I probably would. I probably would. But and I don't know if I said this just now, but shout out Mr. Hunky Dory for the 10 gifted memberships. I appreciate you as always, my brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody who has now been gifted a membership, welcome to the front office, okay? And I appreciate all the love and support. And as always, thank you, Mr. Hunky Dory. All right. But yeah, man. So yeah, we'll see. Home field advantage has definitely been a thing for this Panthers
Yeah,
team this season. I mean,
yeah.
definitely,
And
definitely. So
and because I said this, being over there on Black Cat as well. When I think Red or Wiley had brought it up when they was talking about. I mean, maybe they both had mentioned it when they was talking about this is like the meat of our schedule, the strength of our schedule, these next 7 to 10 games, the rest of the year are going to be pretty tough. And a lot of people think, oh well, you ain't played anybody yet, you ain't done this, you ain't did that. But what I said was I don't think nobody had us beating Dallas or Miami, but we did, especially Dallas. You
yeah,
know what I'm
they didn't have
saying?
us
Like
beat Miami neither.
we talk about, they talk about, well, Dallas run game. What I mean, they run defense wasn't that great. Well, that's just one aspect of the team. At the time they had the number one ranked offense. You know, Dak Prescott has been talked about as being a top 5 MVP candidate. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we shut down Dallas running game, and
Hmm.
we came away with the victory. So, you know,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I agree to a certain extent, but
Hmm.
like I said then, I said now, in football, especially football, they always say win the games you're supposed to win, and still 1 or 2 that you ain't supposed to win. Well, they say we weren't supposed to beat Dallas, and they say we weren't supposed to beat Miami, and we beat both of them.
Yeah, hell, I didn't even think we were gonna beat Atlanta. We skunked them, so yeah. Oh, so hey, okay, I got it now. Tony Papa said you said Bijan. He said he talking about Bijan. He's like Dijon
Yeah,
Mustard.
yeah,
He said you
must,
can't
yeah,
you can't compare him to any other running back or Red gonna be offended. Got you, Papa. Got you. Hey, I appreciate that
yeah,
because Tony was like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Shit, I don't know. I ain't hear
yeah,
nothing about no mustard. I got you now. Mo
yeah.
needs to be spy on Josh.
To my Trevor
Man,
Maury.
yeah, well, I don't know if Evero is going to do that, and and let me hold off on that because we're going to talk about Evero here in a second. He said, "You go, yeah, I am reversal of trends. Got you, Red.
Yeah,
Even my
he
voice
was saying
gone. I'm
that
allowed a
same mess
good
the other night.
said, I'm glad a good rasp. You about to be like, I said, more red QB spawn, Allen. Yeah. The CJ, just bang your chair, Bo. I got you. It's a step to the podium, Blue Swarm. That if we ain't beat nobody, what's that make ATL? Hey, I'm telling you, it's an anomaly. It is an anomaly. And it's crazy because it was like after okay, it wasn't the Miami game. It wasn't New England, it wasn't Miami. I think it was in between Miami and Dallas. Or after I know it was after Dallas. Panthers fans and Falcons fans like got into this heated back and forth, on X about I forgot who it was, but they put all the Falcons games, and like explain, the reason why they won or the reason why they lost, and then they put Carolina game and it said anomaly. And then, all the Panthers fans, went sideways about the whole anomaly thing and all that. And I was just like, I'm just sitting there reading back and forth, and I'm just like, yeah, if they're like, you literally don't know what anomaly means. It's literally, something out of the norm. You know what I mean? I'm just like, but and mind you, I kinda get it. I kind of get it. But my thing is, it's not like the Falcons were out here just destroying, everybody in every game this season. You know what I mean? So, but that's another argument for another day.
Right.
QJ, what's going on? We eating some fried buffalo Sunday at 1 p.m. Carolina style. Bill 17, Panthers 35. Good gosh. Oh, that's a bold one there,
I
dog.
like
Okay.
I like the way you
I
thinking, QJ
I
Smith. I
I
like
I,
the
I
way you
like it
thinking.
too. Papa said, all hail the chair, hit the like button. Yes, I appreciate that, Papa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, and by the way, everybody, for those of y'all that might have just joined, I do have 2 tickets, okay, for tomorrow's game. If you want to join the Co Armchair GM membership tier on the YouTube channel, you can do that. If you want to send me $10 to the Cash App to just be in it for the day, you can do that as well. And the Cash App is Midway JB, okay, Midway JB. And if you're watching Demond Outing, Brittany Franklin, and Demarcus, okay, I have all of y'all on the wheel entered for the drawing. I got your cash apps right here. Okay. So thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. And I greatly appreciate you. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on here. All right, keys to victory. All right, simple this week. Stop the run the ball, force turnovers, and get pressure on Allen. Okay. I think this is one. It's great that we got turnovers. Last week against the Jets, I'll take a turnover anytime it happens. But I would like to see us get a couple turnovers against a team like Buffalo. Some things to kind of flip the field and turn the tides. Get the momentum in our favor. More than just having the excuse me more than just having to go up and down the field trying to stay ahead, or catch up with them. You know what I mean? So hopefully we can force a few more turnovers this week. Get pressure on Allen. I would love, and like Tony said when the sacks come, they were gonna come in bunches. Okay, and damn if he didn't tell you that held true. Especially last week against the Jets. All right, excuse me. You know, is that going to still be the case this week against Buffalo? I would love for it to be. I love for it to be. But one thing that the Panthers defenders are going to have to do again, well, like they've been doing, okay? Um, Gap assignment, stay in their lanes, and what they're gonna have to do as well. Once they get to Josh Allen, they're going to have to not necessarily slow up, but they're going to have to kind of prepare themselves. You get what I'm saying? And get set, square up, and make the tackle. They can't be doing this stuff where they running past him, trying to throw an arm out and grab him. That's not going to work. Okay, we've probably missed 5 or 6 sacks this season because somebody ran past the QB and threw an arm out, trying like, oh crap, let me
Mm-hmm.
see if I can't grab him and pull him down.
Arm
No,
tackling.
that's not going to get it. That's not going to work. Okay.
Facts.
Stop the run. If we can continue our trend of holding opponents under 100 yards rushing, I think this will be a good day for the Panthers. Okay, and on the other side, run the ball. All right. Now, mind you, I'm not gonna lie. Me and the missus, both said last week, that we wanted to see Rico get the start. Chuba got the start, which I kind of figured it was gonna happen. I kind of figured, and I was like, they ain't saying who gonna be the starter, and I was like, it's because Chuba gonna go back and be the starter. You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
wait until the game to show it. They don't want to hear no questions about it until after the game. Okay, but my thing is this. All right, now, it was a tough game, it was a good game from the Jets defense, but you saw the difference in Chuba and Rico as soon as Rico got into the game. You know what I mean? And the
yeah,
different
that's true.
styles, even some of the different play call. Even and I will say this: I seen what was it like the outside toss. I did see both of those, both Chuba and Rico run that same play, and they both did it, pretty effective. Okay, but I will say this as well too: Damian Lewis being gone this past week was a big blow to that offensive line. Okay,
Yeah,
on that side, because there was a few plays where Austin Corbett did not look like he knew where he was supposed to be at. There was a few plays where
I know.
Austin Corbett, yeah,
Yeah,
there's a few plays where Austin Corbett got pushed to the other side of the Hudson River. He was in Manhattan while everybody else was in New Jersey. You know what I mean? So there was a few plays where Austin Corbett,
hey,
looked like he was like, man, damn,
Bra-
this ain't it.
hey, Brady Christensen had that happen to him too. Big Quentin Williams ran right through us like, sit your little ass down while grown folks talk back here. he ran
Boy.
he ran right through Brady Christensen, and I was like, oh my God.
Hmm.
It was so disrespectful. It was so
Yeah.
disrespectful. Yeah.
And I don't have the Bills offense I'm sorry, the depth chart up on defense, because my thing is I know they got Joey Bosa, and Daquan Jones is going to be out for this game. So I don't know who else they have as far as like, big mauling defensive tackles, that's going to be
Right.
able to you know force our run game to not run. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to diss the Bills when I say this, but I don't know their roster that well. You know what I mean? And like I said, I meant to pull it up, but I was having some issues before I started live, and I forgot. But I might pull it up here in a second though. But you know what? Well, Tony, go ahead and give me your thoughts on this. Let me pull the depth chart up real quick.
Yeah, I agree. I agree exactly with I agree with what you have up there. Stop the run, run the ball, force turnovers, pressure Allen. Like you also said, once you get there, you have to be committed to wrapping up and bringing him to the ground. He is no easy win for anybody. I don't care if it's defensive tackle, defensive end, safety, whoever. Josh Allen would give anybody and has given anybody the business. So you got to be committed. You got to come with bad intentions. If not, he will embarrass you. So um I think we'll have a better chance if we can just make them one dimensional, especially if we can get out to an early lead and
Mm-hmm.
force them to abandon their running game now to where they have to try to pass their way back into the game. That's why I said this is going to be a good litmus test for our defense if that happens, if that holds true, and those things can happen where we can get out on top, and our defense could, play a little bit more aggressively, stop pinning their ears back, and getting after the quarterback because they know, Buffalo will have to throw their way back into the game. I would love to see it, and I would love to see what would the outcome be.
Okay. Facts. I got you.
Is Curtis
It
Samuel
says,
playing this game? Yeah, that's right. 'Cause Curtis Samuel's in Buffalo too.
let me
I saw
see.
Austin Wright said that.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's quite a
he's good
few
to go.
Buffalo Bills. Curtis Samuel, Sam Franklin,
Shaq
Shaq
Thompson.
Thompson,
Mm-hmm.
um, Daquan Jones.
Yeah,
Um,
now Daquan Jones is out. Matt Milano is questionable. Terrell Bernard is questionable. Dang, I didn't know DeMar Hamlin was on the IR. What happened to him? I swear I just
yeah,
saw.
he been on IR all season, I believe.
I swore I saw him in the game earlier this season, but oh, okay, I might have been seeing things. Their wide receiver Joshua Palmer is out. Dalton
Hmm.
Kincaid is questionable, and I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty big for them. Okay,
Yeah.
but
But they
yeah,
got
all right.
Jackson Halls, and I think
Dawson Knox,
Dawson Knox is still playing, right?
yeah,
Is he
yep.
out? Okay.
No, Jackson Halls and Dawson Knox are not out. Well,
Okay.
Kincaid is questionable right now. It doesn't say he's out. But oh, but yeah,
Um,
yeah, Milano is questionable. My bad, Austin. He's questionable. Him and Terrell Bernard. They starting weak side and middle linebacker. Okay. Mr. Q, they
mm.
said Bills have 32nd run defense in the league. They also have KC next weekend. They'll be looking past us, and we going to hit them in the mouth with a sack of nickels. Keep pounding, bitch. Man, I tell you, y'all gonna get sick of me saying that. I told you now when I posted that on X, I was like, I've been waiting. I said I've been waiting to put that up there. Hey, shout out to Fed Nine for the $10 super chat, man. Appreciate it. You
What's
said,
up,
what's up,
Fed
CJ and
now?
Tony? I want to know your thoughts on Mitchell Evans because to me, he is the real deal and should be tight end one moving forward. Okay. Okay.
Hey,
Go ahead,
I
Tone.
can't I can't argue with you there, Fed now. From everything that we've been seeing thus far, Mitchell Evans, I mean, he leads the tight end room in TDs, yards, and if I'm not mistaken, receptions. I mean, he can block, he can catch. I mean, he if you he looks to have that dog in him. You know what I'm saying? He looks to have that dog in him, and so like they say, no block, no rock. So he's out there doing it in the blocking game. Just speaking on the tight ends in general, Jatavion Sanders has been a disappointment to me. I don't know about anybody else. That's just speaking for me. But Jatavion Sanders has been a disappointment to me. I mean, when we drafted him last year, we drafted him as being a pass catching tight end. Blocking was never his strong suit, right? Blocking was never his strong suit. But in this Dave Canales offense, you have to be able to block. It's required by the tight ends. So
Facts.
I know it probably won't happen, but I can see where Tommy Tremble and Mitchell Evans get the lion's share of the play from the tight end position, especially when we had 12 personnel or we go 13
Mm-hmm.
personnel. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, Jatavion Sanders gotta stay healthy. He
Facts.
gotta stay
Big
healthy,
facts.
and he has to look like he's into the game when the play is not being called for him.
Facts. I
Mitchell
agree.
Evans, he gonna block his ass off. He don't care.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna block his ass off. Um, Tommy Tremble, he gonna block his ass off. They don't care. Tommy Tremble has become a better pass catcher. He's gotten better hands. From his first 2 years in the league, he has gotten better at it. Him and Chuba, they do their thing where they on the juggling machine every day. Both of them hands
Mm-hmm.
have gotten really good. Now you bring in someone like Mitchell Evans. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if Jatavion Sanders, if he don't step his game up, if he don't find himself as the odd man out, as a third tight end.
I feel you. I feel you. Um, just for the stats here. Okay, so Tommy Tremble has 17 receptions for 126 yards. Jatavion Sanders has 11 for 92 yards. All right. Mitchell
Mhm.
Evans has let me go back and do this. Mitchell Evans has 9 for 90, but he has 11 targets, 9 catches. Sanders has 16 targets, 11 catches. Tremble has 21 targets, 17 catches. But I
How
can't
many
I can't really
touchdowns? How many touchdowns?
Trumbull has 1, Evans has 2, and Sanders has
Yeah,
0. And I mean, and
right.
I can't disagree too much with that because just if y'all remember the play last week, okay, when Bryce threw the pass to JT Sanders, okay, and the ball kind of went, out of bounds. if you go back and look at that play, JT Sanders stopped on the play. Like he turned. I don't know if it
Hmm.
was a miscommunication, but if JT Sanders would have just if he would have turned and went out on that route going towards the sideline end zone, that was a touchdown. And I think
It
that
was.
and I don't like know like I said, I don't know whose fault it was, but Bryce was definitely expecting him to when he made his break instead of turn around and stop. He expected him to keep on going towards the sideline.
To the
That would
outside.
have been
Yeah.
yeah, that would have been it would have been what 17 instead of 14. You know what I mean? Instead of 13. It'd have been 17. We'd have got a touchdown instead of a field goal. You know, and
Right.
now mind you, um, I do like Jatavian Sanders, but he does have to stay healthy. You know, he does have to get better with his hands. But my thing is, coming out of the gate, Mitchell Evans does look like the more total package. He looks like the more
Hmm.
total package now than Sanders and Tommy Tremble were in their rookie years. Okay,
Facts. I agree.
yeah, yeah,
Yes, I agree.
yeah. Yeah,
I will
he's
agree.
definitely come into his rookie season and look like the total package at tight end. Okay, he can catch, he can run routes, he can block. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
wouldn't be, my thing is if we go out there and see more of Mitchell Evans, I'm not going to be surprised at all, whatsoever. And my thing is this:
And
whoever got the hot hand, keep throwing him the ball. And again,
and I
Faison,
and I
appreciate the $10. Go ahead, Tom.
and I think I think Dave needs to open up the playbook a little bit more to include these tight ends, especially down the seam. Like you don't really see the tight ends going down the seam. Like that's one of the easiest pass plays in football, no matter what level you playing on, the NFL, college, or high school, is when they drop a safety down into the box, or when that safety come in on the blitz. So now you got one, now you got single high safety. Rip the seam, rip the seam
Hmm.
ball to the tight end. If you're in 12 personnel and you got a tight end on each side, and say it's 38, 39, something like that. Whatever safety is coming down, coming downhill on the blitz, rip the seam ball to the tight end on that side every time. He'll be wide open.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Let me
Yeah.
see. Bart Bones, what's going on? Not a single miss in the draft this year. Okay. All right.
And
Yeah, I mean
hey,
they've all
let's
contributed.
talk
Yeah.
about that. Let's talk
All
about that
right,
for a
bet.
second.
Bet.
When's the last time
Never.
outside of last year and this year? When's the last
Never.
time when
Never.
when Carolina has hit on draft picks outside the first, maybe second rounds? Like you look at every draft pick that we had from this year, they are contributing in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Every last
Mm-hmm.
one of them.
Go. Go
Yeah.
says 6'5" white boy. Prototypical. Oh
Who
God.
you talking? Who you talking
Talking
about?
about Mitchell
Who you
Evans.
talking about? Oh,
Mitchell
Mitch
Evans.
Evans. Mitch Evans. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, I'd have to go back and look at every single draft that we've had. But
It's
yeah,
been a while. Like you said, it's been a while. It's
it's
been
been
forever.
we. Let me tell you, and I know all of y'all who are Panther fans, and even some of y'all, even Red. I know Red know this too. Let me tell you, the Panthers have had a habit of hitting first round picks 50-50 on second, and then the rest of the draft falling through the gutter. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Pretty
It's first rounds have been good. Second round hit or miss, and from the third round on, it's just there've been a few. There've been a few third round on, but I mean, shoot, a lot of years we've gotten more out of the damn undrafted free agents, than some of the draft picks. Because
yeah. So I
wasn't
will.
Josh Norman the undrafted pick out of Coastal Carolina?
Yeah, he was undrafted.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, Josh Norman was undrafted at the Coastal Carolina. So
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely say that when Dave and Dan held their first press conference together, and they said that they wanted to build this thing through the draft, that this was going to be a process and everything. When you look at the last two draft class last year and this year and see how they're contributing to the team right
Mm-hmm.
now, I I have to honestly say that what they said at the time, that their word is holding true.
Yeah, facts. They said it wasn't going to be, this, tomorrow we're going to have success. They said it was going to be
Right.
a 2-3 year process, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
And
what was I going to
even
say? Oh, go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
no, I'm saying even though I wanted them to take a linebacker or a defensive end in the first round, I didn't want them taking a wide receiver. They took one, and the wide receiver is playing is panning out. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yep. And not
yeah.
really. Okay, said Norman was a 5th round pick. Okay. Gotcha, fair. No, I appreciate
Oh,
that.
he was a fifth round pick. Okay, I thought he was undrafted.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, hit or miss, but yeah. But speaking of undrafted picks though, and the thing is, okay, and you talk about our draft this year, like just rounds 1 through 6, okay. But just think about the undrafted free agents that we got, okay. Mind you,
Hmm.
Corey Thornton is somebody who just needs an opportunity,
He should have
okay.
been drafted.
He probably should have been drafted, but he's
Yeah.
somebody that just needs an opportunity. Okay. And I think he will
Hmm.
eventually get that opportunity. Okay.
Right.
And look at and I know he hasn't played much at all this year, but even you got who's the man? Bam Martin Scott, the linebacker from South Carolina, who
Oh
made the
yeah.
team. So it's kind of to be determined, on him. You know what I mean? But my thing is
But
this: the
he
times that I've seen
he's
Corey
he's
Thornton
on
get in the
the
game.
he's on the second team. Isn't it a backup to one of the starting linebackers? Yeah, I
Hold
think
on,
I
I'll
think
tell
Bam
you.
Martin
Yeah.
Scott. I think he's
Mm-hmm.
number two
Christian
behind somebody.
Rosebone. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the dude that they picked up from the Bengals, let me see, let's see,
Yeah, go ahead and pronounce
Maima,
his last name. Go ahead.
Maima, Jongmeta.
Him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Him.
MN. Yeah. Oh God. Let me see. Big Mo said Thornton is one more bad Mike Jack game from starting.
Man, Mo.
Hey, hey, hey,
Yeah, I feel you. I've been hey,
hey.
I've been calling for the
Woo.
past few weeks. I've been calling
Hey.
for it. I've been saying that Corey Thornton need to be playing opposite of JC Horn.
Mm-hmm. Hey, let me tell you, I made a whole slide on that. Was it after the Dallas game or after the New England game? One of them damn games and Mike Jack didn't have that good of a game. Let me
Yeah.
see. Cam Jackson has to get more reps. I agree. Cam Jackson he was on the injury report last week or the week
Yeah, he was
before.
out. He was out last week, but 'cause
Okay.
they say he had an illness, but he's playing tomorrow unless they
Okay.
make him inactive, which I hope they
Yeah.
don't. I still don't
But
understand that. There's no reason
but
why
I
he should be inactive.
Yeah. Now I agree with this too, Fayette. Now I would love to see him get some more snaps. Okay. But
Yeah,
at the same time, it's not a bad thing that he's not getting a crap ton of snaps and the players above him are actually, playing well at a pretty high level, and producing. Okay.
that's true.
It
That's
does
true.
give him time to kind of sit back, learn, observe his teammates and learn the ins and outs and nuances,
Learn the
of the
defense.
NFL
Yeah,
game. Yes, at that nose tackle position. So this it's not a bad thing yet. It's not a bad thing. I think you'll see more of Cam Jackson, in the future. But like I said, it's good that not knock on wood that our defensive line is for the most part staying healthy, and he has people in front of him that are doing good. Shout out to Ashawn
right.
Pierce. All right. The defensive tackle who wasn't supposed to play defensive tackle. So yeah. All right. Cool. Let me get a few more comments here. All right. QJ says, imagine if we come out with the win Sunday and we trade for Max Crosby too. Said, Lord, do it for me right now.
Hey,
Yep.
that will
So
be. That would be something.
So who
That
is it?
would be
Is it the
something.
Jet? Is the Jets? Are the Jets and the Raiders in just effort mode right now? Because I've heard that damn near the whole Jets team is up for trade. You know,
I don't know.
I
But I tell you what, we between now and November, was it November 4th? Is the
mm,
trade deadline? November 4th or 10th is one of them.
mm,
We would know sooner than later. Um, possibly next week. You'll possibly start hearing more rumbles about trade. Who's available and who's calling who, and there'll be some rumors out there, but we just have to be smart about or how we go about making the trade. Um, I don't know if there's any cornerback out there right now that Carolina would go after. I don't even know what the
mm-hmm,
salary cap situation look like. I haven't looked at that all year. Well, where we at
mm-hmm.
salary cap wise, CJ?
All
I
right,
know I
hold
know you
on.
be keeping up with that stuff.
All right, hold on. I got you 1 second here. We are at 17.5 as far as cap space.
Okay, so we're in a good spot.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a good spot.
And the trade deadline is November 4th
Oh
at 4
my
p.m.
God. I would love to
What's up?
get Denzel Ward. Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh my God. I would love to get Denzel Ward and hey, that's two shutdown corners, dog.
yeah. Who
Denzel
the
Ward,
Browns, right? Or I
yes,
got it wrong. Okay.
Denzel Ward is everything that a lot of Panther fans was hoping they would get out of Dante Jackson.
Mm.
He's
Okay.
everything that you wanted Dante Jackson to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
They got the same height coming out of college because Denzel Ward came out of Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Dante Jackson, LSU. Both
Mm-hmm.
4'3" in the 40, same height, same build, everything. But Denzel Ward is a technician. He's
Mm-hmm.
tough and he's a technician. I mean, technician to the core.
Yeah.
He's everything that you wanted Dante Jackson to be.
Mm-hmm. I feel you. I
Yeah.
feel you. Shoot. What about this, Tony? What about this? Okay, just say we traded for a Denzel Ward. All right. And
Woo.
just say like
I'll
on
be a
some of
happy
these
man.
hey, just say on some of these third down situations where you know that they like to put Trayvon Merrick in that big nickel spot. You okay, what if you kind of and hear me out here, what if you kind of not necessarily slid Mike Jack over, into the nickel, like that, but that would be somebody you could get on some of these tight ends, who keep killing us all season long. Because our linebackers are not, they stopping the run like a mug, but that zone and that coverage, especially not linebackers, especially tight ends, they be killing us. Because my thing, you trade for Denzel Ward, he got to come in here and be cornerback too.
Oh,
He
that's not a
yeah,
question.
okay,
Listen, there is not a question in anybody's mind that Denzel Ward is going to be starting opposite J.C. Horn if he came here. That, you-
mm-hmm,
there's nothing to even think about. Just get that shit out
yeah,
your mind right now. Ain't no shoulda, coulda, what ifs, and no, it ain't none of that. He will be playing opposite J.C. Horn. Now, what you want to think about, or what we're gonna do with Mike Jack? That's what you want to say.
yeah,
No,
mm-hmm,
Denzel Ward starting off the rip, hands down.
yeah. Yeah. Hey, now one thing about that is, and shout out to shout out to Goat over at Black Cat Panther Podcast, because I hear him say this a lot. Okay. That would be great. That would be great. But you got a lot of people on this roster that are coming up for payday. All right. We just spent money on the offensive line. JC Horn got his contract. Derek Brown got his contract a few years ago. So you getting into the meat and potatoes of his contract. Okay. The thing is,
Who?
that's Derek Brown. Who did I say?
I think you said Derek Brown.
Okay. All right. If I would say if I didn't, my bad. I meant Derek Brown. He's getting into the meat and potatoes of his contract, as well. You just extended Taylor Moton, for a couple years. So the thing that, I like about this whole situation, especially, this draft. Okay. Now it shows that they were able to go out and get people who can come in and contribute, because that's why I think the Panthers haven't, made any like blockbuster trades, lately, like that, because we don't have a crap ton, of salary cap. And you get a lot of these contracts that are starting to get past that first year, so, and then getting into where they getting, 15-20 million dollars a year and whatnot, that's gonna start hitting the cap. So if, I would love them to go get Denzel Ward, but I don't know if that would necessarily happen though. Because again,
Where
that's
there's a
somebody who can
will,
come in.
where there's a
Yeah.
will, there's a way. That salary cap is just about as fictitious as
Mhm.
$100 bill. You know what I'm saying?
I
That thing can be manipulated
It can.
and maneuvered in all kind of ways. Look, I'm
Mhm.
not even worried about that, and I believe that Brent Tillis and crew, they smart enough, because he has even mentioned this, stating that when they working on the salary cap and looking at things, they're not just looking at they're not just looking at it from this year's standpoint. They are projecting to 5 to 7 years out. So they have a plan. All these
Mhm.
contracts that we say that's coming up, and potential free agents, and potential signing extensions and this and that, they have a plan for that. So I'm not even worried about it. If it's somebody out there that they really want to go get, and they feel it, they feel like they want to spend a little change,
Yeah.
they in position to do it. They not hurting. They not hurting.
I get that. I get that, Tony. But that 5 and 7 year plan also has, money tied to it. Sometimes in a situation where it's like, okay, I need 4 gallons of gas to make this trip, but I also need, a gallon of antifreeze. But I ain't got enough money to get all of them. Which one am I gonna pick? You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying with that.
Gotcha.
Let me see. Is Asante Samuel still in free agency? Yeah, I think so. I don't know if he signed with anybody.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
think he's still a free agent.
Okay. I got you. I got you. Let me
Stephon
see. Nine
Gilmore still a
dime all
free
the
agent too.
time. True. This is true. What's up, Nine Dime? How you doing, big dog? I said Max Crosby would be the play. Okay. Right. Marcus Adams, what's going on? What's up, Panther Nation? Keep pounding. Yes, sir. Marcos Cash, what's going on with you? So what's up, Tony? What's going on with you, big dog? How you doing?
What's going on,
Uh
Marcos?
What would be compensation, second or third for Denzel Ward? You saying? Um,
Either or, either or.
yeah,
Matter of fact, I give them both. For Denzel Ward,
yeah.
a top 5 corner in the league.
And
Shit.
that's I was gonna say it is, if that's what they want, yeah. But
Hey, they don't hand me the phone. Don't hand me the phone.
yeah.
I'm selling some shit.
What's up with Jacksonville trying to trade Brian Thomas Jr.? Really? I ain't gonna lie.
Oh,
I I
I haven't heard that.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been in the bed playing Farming Simulator all week long, dog. That's the first I heard about that one. That's the
No,
first I heard about that.
I haven't heard
Wow.
that.
What? Let me tell you. So hold on. So Travis Hunter done impressed them that much. They trying to get rid of BTJ. Ooh, I gotta look
Yeah,
into that.
I don't
That's
know about
crazy.
that.
Yeah,
That's crazy if
that
they
would be
is.
wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Uh, Will, man, appreciate another $5 super chat as always. Thank you. Say when you look at our 26, 27 cap and who is on the roster, we are in incredible shape. All our core players are secure. Look it up when you get time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got you, Will. Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you. Said, yeah, Jags are listening to calls on. Wow. Wow. Well, I'll be damned.
I wouldn't be
Okay.
calling.
Mm, boy. One question. Who is still on the hot seat? So who has the monkey on their back?
Mm. Well, actually, Mr. Hungry, though, that's two questions.
Well, I will say this. I think the people that I had on my hot seat are, is they they got to stand up and walk away a little bit. Canales and especially Evero. I think if Evero keep this defense humming like this, yeah, he'll be okay. I think he'll definitely be okay.
Mm.
To be honest with you, if I had to put somebody on the hot seat right now, it would have to be Mike Jack. Okay, because who was
Mm-hmm.
it? Park Bums made a comment earlier, or somebody made a comment earlier. He is cool when he's on the wide receiver too. When he gets on the wide receiver one, he has problems all game long. Okay, and we
Yeah.
saw it against New England. We saw it against Miami. We saw it against Dallas. Okay, why we didn't see it last week, because they were playing against a bunch of number twos and threes. Their starting wide
Mhm.
receiver was hurt. You know, so if,
Well,
if
that
I
should
had to put
benefit
one
him.
person, go
Go
ahead,
ahead,
Tom.
see my
Go
bad.
ahead. No, I'm done. Go ahead.
I
Go
was
ahead.
gonna say, I was gonna say that should benefit him this week because Buffalo don't have a true number one.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
Keon Coleman is the closest thing they have to a number one receiver, and I mean, he's a number two playing a number one role,
Mm,
if you will.
okay, I got you. All right. Let me see. Two chains, four bracelets. Said oh no, my bad. Two teams. Said Diana Rossini reporting Jags and entertaining trade calls for BTJ this morning. Wow, wow.
Wow.
Yo. Oh, okay. Something going on behind the scenes down in
I mean,
Duval.
he
So,
he truly has not looked himself this year.
mm,
He like
damn.
he has gotten he has gotten the lion's share of the pass attempts from Trevor Lawrence, and he looks a shell of himself right now. To be honest, I don't know what's going on, but he don't look like the Brian Thomas of last year. You know
Okay.
that he looks he Brian Thomas looks like how Bryce looked the first two or three games last year, like a
Mm,
deer in headlights. Like he
gotcha.
don't know
Okay.
if he should be playing in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? That's how
Yeah.
Brian Thomas is looking right now, and I think Jacksonville is starting to see that and figure that out, and that's why I think the second half of the game last week, Travis Hunter got majority of his catches and attempts, and he scored his first touchdown.
Gotcha.
Because I think he caught like eight catches in the second half, and I don't think he even got talked about once or twice in the first half. But
Okay.
they came out the second half targeting him, and he ended up scoring, even though they
Mm-hmm.
lost. But he did score.
Poppy said y'all need him Reds at two teams. That is hilarious. All right, well, bet. Okay, well, let's go ahead and move on here. Get through these here pretty quick. Go ahead and do the giveaway. But real quick before
All
we
right.
do this, all right. So anybody who haven't seen it yet, if you're just joining, I got 2 tickets for the Buffalo game tomorrow. Okay, so if you want to be entered to win, we want to spin the wheel here at the end of the live. If you want to be entered to win, you can join Code GM tier membership level on the Armchair GMCJ YouTube channel. All right. Or if you want to send $10 to the Cash App is Midway JB. All right, you'll be entered for just today. All right. So everybody who is already a member of the Co-GM tier from the last giveaway, you're already entered in for this one. Okay. And everybody else who has sent me a Cash App, I have your name sitting right here on my other screen, and I have you added on to the wheel. All right. And hold on, let me refresh this real quick. Make sure I got ain't nobody new. Okay, I got you. Ray Keese, I got you, buddy. I got you. All right. Cool beans. Cool beans. Okay. All right. So enemy spotlight. All right. Now I got Josh Allen and James Cook. Okay. For me, they are the obvious choices. All right. But the one thing I will say is this too: if we are able to contain James Cook, like we have been able to contain the running backs we have faced for like the last 4 weeks of the season. Okay, I say last five. All right.
Yeah.
Can we keep Josh Allen contained in the pocket? And the thing is, and I know, you got Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel, Palmer, who is not playing, and I done moved on from the other depth chart thing, you know. But again, like the tight ends have been killing us all year. Are we gonna be able to keep Josh Allen from finding Dawson Knox, Jackson Hayes, and oh God, what's the other dude name? Hey, what's the number one tight end, Tone?
Some of Jackson Halls, Dawson
Uh,
Knox, Dalton
yeah,
Kincaid.
Dalton Kincaid, if he plays, okay, all right. So if he plays, so but yeah, but and again, like the Dallas game, okay, like the Dallas game, if we can contain James Cook, all right, and make the Bills one dimensional, and Josh Allen has to win this game with his arm. Now, mind you, all right, I know that he can do it. Okay, I'm not saying if we shut James Cook down, we're going to just handicap Josh Allen, to the point of no return. But it's still
Right.
better for this defense if James Cook is not a viable option, for him in the run game. Now, mind you, also on the flip side of that, we have to contain James Cook being able to catch passes out of the backfield as well, because he is a very capable receiver from the running back spot. You get what I'm saying? And he will be one of those people that if Josh Allen is, you know, I'll be mixing words. I was about to say Josh Allen is scramble, and I said Josh Amble. Let me tell you, when I say that, don't get old, y'all. If y'all can't find that fountain of youth and reverse all this stuff, but I tell you, this shit's aggravating. This shit is aggravating. It's aggravating as hell. All right. But if Josh Allen, scrambles outside of the pocket, we got to also make sure that James Cook is not one of those options that he has to dump the ball off to and end up taking that, 20, 30 yards down the field, or however much. You know what I mean? So, Tone, give me your
Right.
thoughts on the enemy spotlight here.
I agree with you. Um, James Cook. I mean, James Cook and Josh Allen are two players that you have to count on in this Bills running game. So I'm not gonna say you're gonna shut down those two, but if you can contain them, not let them run wild on on your defense, which I don't think they will. So you know, like I said, if we can contain them, somehow make Josh Allen one dimensional, somehow uh get a lead, early lead on Buffalo and make them abandon the run game and have to throw the ball more. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
we can get after the quarterback a little bit more aggressively than normal. Hopefully the accumulation of all those things will work out in our favor. You know what I mean? So we're going to see. That's going to be the matchup: Buffalo offense
Mm-hmm.
against our defense.
Yeah. Because now, mind you, if you want the formula, to be able to frustrate and slow down Josh Allen, as much as I hate to say it, and shout out to the two teams in the chat, look at what Atlanta did. Look at what Atlanta did. And my thing is, look at what Atlanta did to Buffalo. Look at what we did to Atlanta. Okay? My thing is this: you get pressure on Josh Allen, you get him uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Have him rush him, make him rush some of these throws, and then you'll get the Josh Allen that you saw on Monday night a couple weeks ago. Okay. And that's what the Panthers
Yeah.
have to do. And mind you, my thing is this. Are we still are we going to get, that more aggressive Evero back, this week? Um, didn't see as much of it last week, a little bit, you know. But my thing is he willing to, to throw the kitchen sink at Josh Allen? Not all the time. Not all the time. But timely plays, when the situation calls for it. You get what I'm saying? Is he gonna be able to, like, you know what? Let me let loose this play. Let me put some pressure on this dude and make him make a mistake. So yeah.
Right.
Hey, QJ said Red got to take his do rag off this weekend. Said Penix on the bench. Hey, Red, I did not know that Penix was questionable. I just looked
Oh
up what's off
wow.
his depth chart. I did not know he was listed as questionable. So Red, if let me know, is he playing, or not? Because that'd be crazy. That'd be wild. But let me
His
tell you.
his feelings hurt, so he might be out for 2 weeks.
Hey, if his feelings are in his leg, yeah, because let me tell you, he was limping. He was limping against San Francisco. I watched the end of that. I didn't watch the whole game. I watched the end of that game, and I was like, yeah, because they panned to Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins looked like he was about to start warming up, and oh shit, Penix is out. Oh wow, Lord have mercy. All right. Hey, God damn, it's gonna be Kurt Kurt Cobain's this weekend, boy. Let me tell you, Magic City gonna be lit if they win that damn game. So hold on, let me see their schedule. Are they home this weekend? They
I forgot
are.
who Atlanta
Yeah,
playing.
they're home. Oh boy, let me tell you, if Penix is out, oh, there are reports that Kirk is expected to start. Oh, ooh, oh
Who
wow.
who do,
Now
who
my
does Atlanta play?
Miami. Let me tell you, boy,
Mm.
Bijan bought the. Ooh, let me tell you, Kirk Cousins is gonna take. Hey, hype. There you go, Bijan. Take this shit and go on with it, dog. I don't feel like throwing today. Wow.
Yeah,
Let me
he
see.
has a very bad history with uh Bryce got a hurt ankle and Pennis got a torn do. Oh my
Yo,
god.
yo,
You win. You win, Poppin.
wow.
You
Bryce.
win. You win for the night. That was it.
Oh my god. He
That
tore
was
his
it.
do-rag. He out for 6 to 8 weeks.
I'm gone. I'm signing out. I'm gone. I'm gone.
Oh my god.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god, he
god.
tore his door.
Yeah, he tore his do-rag.
I know Poppin is over there crying tears right now. Oh my god. He tore his
Shit,
do.
I'm trying not to. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Okay, I apologize, y'all. I'm
I
so
am
sorry.
so glad I ain't got my camera on. Oh God, I'm in real tears.
Oh,
Oh,
yo. Oh, sweet Jesus.
oh God.
Oh, so is he? Hold on. So is he in concussion protocol?
What?
Oh god. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm done. Okay. So-
QJ's twisted out for 6 weeks.
Oh god, what's going on, Doug? Said not the armchair turned into Marvin Wine asking for $10 donations for a ticket giveaway. Hey, you goddamn right. Shoot, damn tickets ain't cheap, man. They is not cheap, and that is a hell of a deal for winning 2 tickets to a Panthers game. That is a hell of a deal. $10. All right. Hey, I ain't twisting nobody on. Oh my
Mm.
god, yo. Ah, okay.
Um,
Enemy
yeah,
spotlight. All
and
right, so
that may have been the comment of the week right there.
man, that might have
That
been the
may have been
comment
the
of the
comment
season
of the
so
week.
far.
God, that one took me out right there.
Oh God. Oh, which is the better matchup, Kurt versus the Dolphins or Andy versus the Bill? Asking for a friend of mine that's a Panthers fan. Um, shoot. Well, let me see. I ain't gonna lie to you, Red. It's probably even. Uh-oh, said the resident hater. That's right.
Yo,
Lord
what?
have mercy.
Oh my God, what is wrong with y'all tonight?
I
What
don't know.
what is wrong
I
with
don't
y'all
know.
today?
Back look, hey, back to the question. All right. To be honest
Oh
with you,
God.
Red, I would say it's about even. I would say it's about even because if um if Carolina's run game can show up against this 31st ranked rush defense, and Atlanta's run game can show up against the Dolphins rush defense, who, if I'm not mistaken, are like they might be 32nd or um or maybe like 29th or 28th. You know, I say it might be even. You know, it might be fairly even, but we'll see, we'll see. But yeah. But all right, okay. Let's go ahead. Let me go ahead to the Panther spotlight here. All right, so and I said I was going to talk about Ejiro Evero a little bit, and I got him on the spotlight because my thing is this. All right, we're going up against Josh Allen, and like I was saying earlier, you know, is he going to be aggressive? Okay. You know, we pretty much got our answer. You know, the JC Horn is not going to be traveling. Okay. So whoever is
Mhm.
on the other side of the field, you know, who's ever on the other side of the field, that's who Mike Jack is going to have to cover. You know what I mean? But my thing is this though. My thing is this. If he sees that you know Mike Jack is getting in trouble, you know, will he send him a little bit more help earlier in the game? You know what I'm saying? Like my thing is, if you've seen this trend going on and it happens again, just say you see it in the first 2 minutes of the game, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, is he going to be able to adjust, or is it just that he's there and he's just going to have to ride this out, and he's just going to have to make
See,
plays?
CJ,
Hmm.
if you don't pull that damn hat down on your head, looking like a country duck,
Hey, let me tell you,
come on,
that
dog,
it's
pull the hat,
crazy.
dog, pull the hat down, dog, Doug.
It's comfortable, dog. It's comfortable. He said,
Come
"Country
on,
duck."
dog.
He said, "All I see is
Oh,
Evero's cap. Where's the rest of them?"
popping
You wrong
stupid.
for that, Pop. He
Um,
said,
you
"Rest said,
know,
okay, CJ. I used to respect your ability to be honest, but that is straight cap." I got you, Red. I got you. I ain't gonna do Andy like that this week. I'm gonna say it's even.
yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about Ivero right now. I think he's like in his bag with
Hmm.
the weapons that he have, with a relatively healthy defense. You saw the big change in our defense when we went to that dime package, when we went to the three three safeties, instead of three corners. So that's primarily our defense, 4-2-5 dime package. That's like our base defense. So and they start letting the young guys, the young guns play. You see Lathan Ransom playing more. You see Nick Scorton playing, Princely Umami Allen playing. When Trevor Wallace and Christian Roseboom made the switch with the green dot, now you see both of them playing really good ball right now. You know, Christian Roseboom is flying around with his hair on fire. He looking like Thor out there with shoulder pads on. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So yeah, I think when Dave said that they had that talk, I forgot what Monday that was, when basically they was talked about everything: offense, defense, special teams, who should be playing, is a scheme work. They did this self-evaluation. They had this self-evaluation type talk, and at the
Hmm.
same time the players did it. Derek Brown and Jason Horn got the defense together. You know what I'm saying? So ever since that happened, you've seen better communication on both sides of the ball, um, better play, and things have looked up ever since. So right now, it is what it is when it comes to Mike Jack, in my opinion. Um, the Panthers are not that deep at cornerback at this time to make any um significant changes. You know what I mean? Because I feel
Yeah.
like if they felt like Corey Thornton was truly better than Mike Jack, then maybe he would be out there. But you know, because they see more of Mike Jack and Corey Thornton than we do. But in the flash
Mm-hmm.
plays that we did see Corey Thornton, especially throughout training camp and the preseason, things of that nature, he looked better than Mike Jack. So I just like to see him get in the game and um get more opportunity. Why, man? Why? Why? I would just like to see him get more opportunities, man, and not in the slot, because that's
Yeah.
where they kind of been playing him. When he is in the game in the slot, I want to see him on the outside.
True. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what kind of game Evero calls. Like I said, I just I like what he's doing. Okay. Don't get me wrong, I like what he's been doing, but I just hope like, he's able to make, slight adjustments, as the or is willing to make slight adjustments as the game goes on. Because we've seen like Mike Jack out there getting burnt all game long. And it's just like, okay, well, well, Mike Jack, until you figure out how to not get burnt, you just gonna have to stay out there. Like that's cool and all, but because my thing, I'm telling you, in that Dallas game, every time Dak lined up and he looked wherever George Pickens was supposed to be at, that's where he looked first. And he saw damn Mike Jackson on him. I promise you, that's where he went, or he looked damn near
Yeah,
every single time.
yeah.
And I'm just like, I can't blame him.
Yeah.
I can't blame him one bit.
Every time a team needs a first down, they in third and long or something like that, they need a completion on third down to get the first down. They're
Mm-hmm.
going to go at Mike Jack.
Yep.
I mean, rightfully
Don't
so,
blame him.
because if I was the offensive coordinator, that's who I would go after.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I feel you on that one. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, all right. So let's go ahead and one more slide here. All right, predictions, y'all. All right, give me y'all predictions in the chat. Again, if y'all don't know, I'm going to hold off on all my predictions for the rest of the season. I'm just going to hear what y'all say because let me tell you, every time I predict something, it goes the opposite way. So I'm just going to stop
Mhm.
predicting and yeah, I just was gonna hear
Well, I
from
gave
all of y'all.
mine.
Go
Yeah, I
ahead,
gave
Tone.
mine the other night when I was on a Black Cat, and I had Carolina 20, Buffalo 17. I believe it's going to be
Okay.
a low scoring game. I think it's going to be a defensive. Um, it's going to come down to the defenses. I don't think it's
Okay.
going to be as low as it was against the Jets, but
Mhm.
I still believe that it's going to be a low scoring game. So 20-17 Carolina.
Breaking news: Penix will come back wearing a Velcro strap do rag into the 6 weeks. Oh my god! All right, Papa, stop, man. Yeah, look, I'm trying to get through this live, man. Lord have mercy. Oh, QJ says 1735 Carolina belt to ass all over Mint Street. Okay, QJ, I got you. I got you, player.
I
I
like the
got
way
you.
you think.
Yes, sir. All right. So, let me see. I guess it's time for good old Marvin to show up here. Hold on, let me take this out stage. All right. So everybody who is co-armchair GM member, that is Panther Dog and Torres and the Prowling Veteran Podcast. Okay. Y'all were entering this from the start. Everybody who was sent $10 to the Cash App, since this live is started, your name is on here too. And let me go ahead and refresh this one more time. Okay, cool beans. All right, so one more time, and I'll give y'all a minute. If you want to be entered to win the tickets to the game, all right, send $10 to the Cash App. The Cash App is Midway JB, or you can join the Armchair GM tier on the YouTube channel, right? So, all right, so Tone, let me ask you this. Let me give another minute or so here before I spin the wheel. What do you
Yes,
think?
sir.
You think Shaq is looking to have a revenge game?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
bruh. Hold on, bruh. Not instead of the big helmet, we got the padded do rag. Ah,
Wow.
wow, that's
Wow.
crazy. Bobby says 21-27 Panthers. All right. Miss Tunky Dory says 36-31 Buffalo. Gotcha. Gotcha.
I don't see Buffalo scoring over 30 points on us. I just don't see that.
Okay. All right.
But I
Cool
could be
beans.
wrong.
Yeah, trust me, I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong in the future, and yeah. Nicholas Berry said 30-17 Bills. Gotcha. Okay. All right, bet. All right, y'all. Let me refresh this one more again. All right. And I don't see anybody new. So I'm gonna go ahead and spin the wheel. All right. So good luck. Good luck to everybody. And thank you. Thank you for the $10. I greatly appreciate you. All right. And again, I didn't twist your arm for it. All right. Hey, Mr. Outing, Demarcus Outing, what's good with you? Okay, so send me an email to, and I'm gonna type it in the chat here. The yeah, all right, the armchair gmcj@gmail.com. Okay, and send me your information, and I will get those tickets sent to you. All right, I appreciate everybody for entering for your chance to win. Thank you. All right, and Mr. Outing, please enjoy the game. All right. So, all right, cuz. Well, hey man, well we gonna see what's gonna go down tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yesterday and day before, I thought I really wasn't going to that daggone game. I felt like, cause I ain't gonna lie, cause I've been
Mhm.
Said she
He
must
got
be good.
that one.
Hey,
He
look,
got
look, we
that
been.
one.
Hey, look, we've been on for 2 hours. Exactly. Exactly. I was keeping it. I said I was keeping it short.
Two
Two
hours later.
hours later, yeah. Well, I'm not gonna lie. When Tony was me and Tony was backstage before the live, and I brought Tony on the stage. This is how I sounded. I was like, "What up, cuz?" And he was like, "What the hell?" And I was just like, so it's gotten better as the live has gone on. I sounded like just I just straight whatever before we started. So that's what I'm saying. When the live
Yeah,
started, I was up here. I was like,
like he
But
had a
hey,
frog in his throat.
yeah, hey, but you know what? Hey, good conversation. Some Coca Cola and some Sam's Club water. Have definitely helped out during the stream. But yeah, but hey, I ain't gonna lie though. Anytime Janelle be cooking now, I got I got a bloodhound nose for her cooking. So you right, Miss Huggy. If she was yeah, good God Almighty, I smell them funky ribs. QJ, you stupid. But hey, if she was cooking, let me tell you, I can smell it out here in the shed now. Said waiting on the marathon live. It's coming. You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I've been I want to go live one of these away games before the end of the season. So I might do that. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Shout out to Black Cat and all them guys that be on for 6-7 hours at a time. Yeah, I don't see how they do it because what was the last live, Tony? We were live for like 3 hours. And I promise you, I had to turn after the lie, I had to turn around in this chair and damn near fall on the floor. I felt like I was stuck to this damn thing. So, but yeah, but yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see. He said, "Welcome home, Roscoe J." Oh my god. Oh, said the Bills lose, they might miss the playoffs, and we'll see. Well, I mean, stranger things have happened this year. Hell, ain't Baltimore sitting at like 1-6 or 1-5 right now? They are struggling. So we'll
Yeah.
see. All right. But cuz anything you want to say before we get up out of here, dog?
No, sir. Keep pounding, man. Let's get this victory tomorrow.
I feel you. Hey, what's good, Mr. Earl? How you doing? And I'm telling you, hey, you joined
What's up,
right
Mr.
at
Earl?
the end, but it's still good to see you, big dog. Ravens 1-5. Okay, thank you, Austin. Appreciate you. Okay, so again, as always, I thank everybody for joining me. I appreciate all the love and support. Thank you for all the members. Thank you, Mr. Hunky Dory, for the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you to everybody for the super chats as well. Fayette Nam, um, Will Robinson, aka Tip Drill Will, Red Swarm, aka Two Teams. All right. Uh so thank y'all for all the love and support. I greatly appreciate you. Okay. So are the Panthers legit? All right. Will a win against Buffalo tomorrow make the team make others see the team, as being legit, maybe contenders. All right. We'll see. Okay. So again, as always, y'all can find me on all social media at armchairgmcj. Again, and also make sure you check me out on TikTok as well. Hopefully I'll have my voice back by Tuesday, to keep the work truck karaoke going that I have over there every week after the Panthers win or lose. Okay. So we'll see that. All right. So as always, I'm gonna leave y'all with three things. Number one, y'all be good. Number two, y'all be safe. And number three, as always, Panther Nation, keep pounding, bitch. We'll see you.